Welcome to the best YouTube channel ever. Today's video is on knee sleeve at the whiteboard today, and it's on the whether or not knee sleeves attribute to the assistance given by generating torque at the knee. Is that true or false? And what are my opinion on them? Do they generate kind of that torque? Do they help with your weight training or your fitness goals and those sort of things? So I think that sometimes people tend to overcomplicate things. Yesterday when I was training, I overheard someone talking about Retta. I think it's called Retta, like retatrutide. It's a new peptide right now that people are talking about. And with all due respect, this gentleman that was talking about it, he shouldn't even be considering about using anything because he hasn't built a foundation and he is quite literally a beginner. If you don't have the basics down, you don't have the discipline, you really shouldn't be looking into all this extra stuff, including knee sleeves, in my opinion. Some people would disagree with me in the industry. That includes things like a belt, it includes things like shoes, it includes things like sleeves, it includes things like super supplements if you want to get, bigger or what have you. If you don't have the basics down, don't even waste your time and bother with all this other stuff. You are wasting your money if you don't have the basics and the foundation down. It's like building a house on quicksand. Okay, if you don't have a strong foundation, the house will not. It won't grow, right? It won't grow. Okay, you want 30-inch biceps? No, it won't grow because you have a very poor foundation. And when you throw in things like knee sleeves, or you throw in things like squat shoes, or just stuff that are just clutter, you're setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion. Some people would have their contention with me. I know some people that, two people in the industry that are my peers, that actually think differently. They actually think that you should be using this stuff in the beginning when you're first starting out, to set yourself up for success. But I think that is a backward way of thinking, because if you really think about it, if you want to be successful or be decent at anything, you're going to have to build some sort of kind of foundation. That's in anything in life. And so if you're going to jump into things like knee sleeves, and mind you, these were not bought by me. I did not buy these because I still didn't think I deserved them. Okay. So type A personality. But if you're somebody that you feel, oh, I need them. Now, if you have knee pain, you had surgery, whatever, that's different. It does help with situations like that. But anyways, the purpose of knee sleeves, again, these were gifts. Everything I've gotten from equipment were all gifts for me, because I believe, again, I strongly believe in having a strong foundation, and I refuse to buy things that I didn't think were necessary until I felt like I needed. The only thing that I really invested in was like a belt, and even then, my first belt was a gift. So don't believe everything you see, don't believe everything you hear, but that is, and I'm kind of extreme. But anyways, knee sleeves, not kind of, I am extreme. Knee sleeves. So what are the benefits, when to use them? So if you have knee pain, knee discomfort, knee sleeves can really help. They really give you that kind of compression. They basically just compress at the knee, help to keep the knees warm. The mindset or the thinking behind them is that if you have a long squat session, you're about to squat for, however much time, or just do a lot of squatting in general, the knee sleeves will help keep the knees nice and warm. So they are relatively thick. I'm pretty sure there's different like brands, companies that have different kind of thickness in the knee sleeves. Obviously, I haven't done my research. So again, I think that it's just kind of like an overrated thing. That's why I didn't do my research, because I think it's a lot of mental. So I think the main thing that you may want to consider getting, if you were concerned about form and safety, is possibly a belt. Okay, so a belt is something that you put around your waist to help uh, resist the force as you are lifting any sort of weight. That includes things like if you were working at a job where you are moving things, right? You're moving like refrigerators and couches and beds. Like a moving company, they use those belts to help them, because it's really the foundation, or the core, like literally, of your body. So that would make sense. Knee sleeves, however, again, if you had an injury or a situation where, complications at the knee or at the hip or even at the ankle, because things do start from the feet upwards or from the foot upwards, uh, knee sleeves may help. They're called Strong. The person that got them for me was somebody that I was working with one of my coaches, and he passed away. But this is by Mark Bell, I believe is his name, and he got it for me because I love pink, and I think they're really pretty. So, and I've had them for now. This is my only pair until I feel I need to buy a new one. So, but yeah, ideally I reserve it for like heavier squats or just heavier days on weight or legs. I typically only use them for squatting and sometimes for heavy lunges. I really like heavy lunge Bulgarian split squats type stance or split stance. Really helps activate and grow those glutes if you want nice big glutes, you know what I'm saying? And so that's when the knee sleeves can really benefit you to use them. But do you need them to uh, generate that kind of torque at the knee? No, you do not need them. Do they help? They may help psychologically. I think, again, it helps with keeping the knees nice and warm and staying safe, if you will. So, should you get knee sleeves? Yes or no? I would probably encourage you to get them if you are already have a basic foundation and you've built that momentum and that habit of training. If you haven't built that habit in training and you're just starting out or you're just into fitness, then I don't see the point. I mean, I see people in CrossFit wear them and they're not even using, like, they're not even squatting, they're just doing burpees. Again, unless you have like an injury, then yes, it could help you. Yes, it could benefit you. You don't really know why people use them. I'm just obviously being, I guess, a skeptic, or I'm just observing or saying what's on my mind. Do you want to use them when you're just kind of like walking around on your legs on your day of training legs? Probably not. I mean, it's not. It's just now you're just doing for aesthetic purposes. Do you want to use them for like a heavier day where you are doing a lot of load on your legs or lots of knee flexion? Then yes, you may want to consider adding in some knee sleeves.